everybody that appreciates sampling and is trying to keep the whole art form alive, welcome. Just a normal day, get a record, find out what I could do with the record, listen to it, just feel, what the record is saying, see where I could take it, you know what I'm saying? Sampling is just what you make out of it. I mean, you can take a simple sample, make it complex, so just feel what the sample is doing musically and roll with it. Now basically I got the sample in the MPC. I'm just trying to see where I could chop it. I usually like to just figure out the tempo, get into like a 4-bar, fit it into like a 4-bar sequence, chop it up automatically in the MPC and just play with it, rearrange it. Right now at this point, if I take too long on trying to chop a sample, I start losing my interest in where it's going. Sometimes I'll take a certain part that didn't even come out at me in the beginning, and I decided to go with that because I spent so much time in the beginning on something else, and it got kind of corny to me. I mean, for me, I gotta trust my ears as a producer. If it gets corny to me, how many other people will feel the same way? So usually I try to just trick my own self and go completely in another direction. You never want to force a sample. The most important part for me in a track is the snare. I mean, I need that snare, man. I come from the old school and I love to hear that snare, how it sits on top of the vocals, inside the track. I usually start off with like a single snare, then I probably layer it with another snare, a little bit more bass, a little bit more crunch to it. I usually sample my snares with my Akai S950 vintage sampler. I need that 12-bit crunch. So right now I'm just finding the vibe of how I want my drums to sound. Always gotta have that deep kick, a lot of bottom. It's gotta be big. But it also depends on the sample, and I want this track to be a big track. I'm just searching for the right kick pattern, how it's gonna fit with the snare. Basic 4/4 timing. At this point, I think I found it. Now that I found the pattern, right now I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna do with the sample next, how I'm gonna arrange it, how am I gonna make it sound with the beat, with the drum beat. We'll see. Yeah, that seems like that's the right pattern for the beat, so it looks like I'm gonna keep that. Definitely gonna keep that. I'm gonna go with a piano and see if I can add some keys to it. Beef up the track a little bit. now that I know how the beat's gonna sound, you know, at least my first pattern, what I'm gonna do is try to find something to keep the timing together. Just give it a nice little bounce to it. I usually use my percussion section. I use a few percussion sounds on a few modules. Sometimes you know, just track it on to the computer, to my Cubase on the window, and I'll use whatever VST plugins I got to find sounds. I could even make sounds, record them, record sounds just for percussion. I need a lot of percussion in my beats. Just need something to keep the time right. Those of you that's familiar with my beats know I need that synth. I need a synth, you know, to just sit on the bottom of the track. Need that synth to just accompany the piano or accompany my bass. You're gonna hear in a little while how I'm gonna include the bass and how everything just comes together. Missing something. I'm looking for something now just to add some more fullness to it. Could be strings. Yeah, it definitely gotta be some strings. Gives it a more dramatic feel to it.